Salute to all the Patreon members, all the subscribers, all the Facebook page members. I want to thank you guys for your support and your contributions made to the platform. It really means a lot to me. So this is another screen record news review, rent-free RFG. All right, all the Patreon members know what that means. All the Facebook members know what that means. Okay, link for the Patreon page and the Facebook page in the description box below. All right, so throughout this article, this woman's mugshot is not actually in this article after you click the link, but I do have a picture of a mugshot on the thumbnail. All right, so Wisconsin woman attempted to poison veterinarian husband with animal euthanasia drugs to steal assets, police say. Okay, there's a guy on TikTok that I follow. He has a lot of followers. I think his name is Ray Williams Johnson or Ray Williams. I forgot his name. All right, but he does a lot of true crime videos. He makes his own videos, does all the drawings and illustrations for his own videos. And there's a lot of stories that he touches on in his videos of true crimes where women are trying to unalive their husbands to get a hold of their assets when they pass. All right. A Wisconsin woman faces more than a decade behind bars for poisoning her 71-year-old veterinarian husband, spiking his coffee with animal euthanasia drugs multiple times shortly after their wedding, and ultimately putting him in a coma, police say. Now, a decade, that's way too short for me. I don't have the exact sentencing. They just say over a decade. But, and as I read the article, she does a lot more than just try to unalive him. You know, this is attempted murder right here. Like, you just a decade? That's insane to me. You need more time than that. Okay. Amanda Alicia Chapin, 51 years old, pleaded no contest on Friday to a charge of felony first-degree reckless endangering the safety of Gary Chapin, per Wisconsin Circuit Court records. The charge was downgraded from first-degree attempted homicide in a plea deal with Lafayette County prosecutors last week. No. And then how much of that time do you have to do? Let's say it is 10 years, because it says over a decade, but I don't have the exact sentencing in this article. It just says over a decade. So let's say she got a decade. What, she only has to do, taking some rehabilitation programs in prison. She'll be out. What, she'll do 50, 60% of her time? Nah, man. You tried to unalive your husband. And this is one of the fears that a lot of men have, especially people that travel, foreigners that travel abroad. It's like you deal with people and you got to keep your circle small. You don't know who's jealous, who's after you. And it could be as close as somebody who's laying in the bed next to you that's trying to unalive you because, they want what you have. It's like you already have what he has. And there was another story that came out, when was that, last week, 2 weeks ago? I don't think it's the same story, but there was a woman who was poisoning, her husband. Actually, no, this is a different story, because he suspected that his wife was poisoning him and he could smell it in the coffee. So what he did was he put hidden cameras throughout his home and saw that his wife was pouring bleach in the coffee, right? I mean, bleach, before you pick up a drink to try to drink it, you can smell bleach. The stench of bleach is like, okay, you would damn near have to be, have allergy symptoms to where you can't breathe out of your nose for you to just drink bleach out of coffee. All right, so he caught her and then they gave her a slap on the wrist. This is a different story, right? Chapin allegedly put barbiturates she stole from her husband in his coffee 3 times between July and August 2022. The couple was married in March of that year. So it was like, y'all just got married and you're trying to unalive him. After which the woman's forged one of her husband's children's signature on a power of attorney document according to a criminal complaint previously reviewed by Fox News Digital. So that and this right here, that should be well over 10 years. The woman also insisted that her husband amend the deed to his house to ensure that she would be the sole homeowner in the event of his death. I mean, when you have a woman, let's go back to Ray Williams Johnson, whatever his name is. Y'all know what his name. You can write it in the comment section. His videos on TikTok, it always starts off like that. It's like people secretly take out life insurance policies on their significant other. Then it's like, they're trying to get them to put their, to be the beneficiary. They do it up front, and it's like, I mean, damn, we're married, so what do you like? What do you? It's like they don't want women like, because I saw it in the videos too, right? Ray Williams Johnson's videos. It was like there are these older couples that get married, and instead of the husband who has money passing down his assets and wealth over to passing that down to the children, the new wife, the stepmother, wants to take it from the kids. That is evil right there, right? 2 weeks after the deed was amended, Chapman allegedly began drugging her husband's coffee. Only 2 weeks, Chapman met the 70-year-old veterinarian online, the Monroe Times reported. So this is what? Plenty of fish marriage? The relationship was fairly stormy from the beginning, per the criminal complaint, and the man's family has suspicion that he was just a sugar daddy for Amanda. Oh, man. I want to assume that whoever this man was, a lot of people will probably read this and say, why can't he control his emotions? It seems to me that he's never really been rejected before. I want to assume that his previous marriage, I would take a wild guess and say they were together for probably a very long time, right? Them two are probably, his previous marriage, they probably been the only ones that have been with each other their entire lives up until that point. I'm just taking a guess, because a man who's been through enough in the dating market, would develop thick enough skin, tough skin, and he wouldn't really be putting up with this right here. If things go rocky in the beginning and, your family's looking at it like, okay, that's just, you just playing the sugar daddy role in this situation, then that means that person really wasn't for you. You should have never dealt with them in the beginning, right? If you're sensing turmoil in a relationship and it just started, you should just be able to let that person go. But, some people, they just have attachment issues. And my guess is like his previous relationship or previous marriage, they probably together for a very long time. I'm wondering what happened in that situation to where he just can't let go of a woman he's involved with. The third and final dose of the drug put Gary Chapman into a 4-day coma, and his blood work found the same drug he used to put animals down in his system. Waiting for 3 hours to call 911. Only a few hours after he fell into a coma, prosecutors said Chapman logged into his personal. So she waited long enough to where it's like, okay, I think he's gone now, and then they were able to, just say, oh, he's in a coma. We'll be able to revive him, which didn't work out for her and good. It's good that she got caught. Before the drugs were discovered in his father's systems, Gary Chapman's son filed a restraining order against Amanda Chapman, suspecting that she had been the cause of her father's medical emergency. According to the criminal complaint, Chapman violated the restraining order in September 2022 by emailing her husband a suicide note saying that she decided to unalive herself because her husband's children were trying to destroy her. And she faces a maximum of 12 and a half years in a state correctional facility. All right. We filed for divorce. Good. The only thing she wrote, the only thing I am guilty of is loving you so much to know which has included. Look here, man. And that's the same thing in a lot of these true crime videos that I've watched on TikTok, where when these women get caught, now all of a sudden they want to play victim and they write suicide notes. It's like it's copy and paste. It's just the same repeat in all of these stories here, right? You got these women who they're not really for you. They see you have money, and you're thinking in your mind, okay, I can be able to care for a woman and support a woman, with the money that I have. And maybe she doesn't have to work and she'll be happy with this and be more comfortable. But the flip side of that, this woman is thinking about unaliving you and taking everything that you have, just beyond greedy. No, I don't want you. I just want your money. Right? So I'll just unalive you. And you try to poison somebody as if the toxicology report comes out and they won't be able to determine, like, hey, this is poison. So either he tried to poison himself or somebody tried to poison him. There was one true crime story on TikTok I saw where this woman, she poisoned her ex-husband. She was married twice. She poisoned both of them and her daughter with, what was that? Was it coolant? I can't. What did she try to? What is that? Was that coolant or just engine fluid or engine coolant or whatever, right? And it was like when they did the toxicology report, they were able to determine that, hey, it was you. They immediately look at their significant other, which is terrible. If you feel like you gotta, the thing is this, all right? If you're married to somebody, you want their money that bad, stay with them long enough to get a divorce and then sort out, the split between them, right? Which that's not even a better alternative, because that's horrible within itself. But you try to poison somebody, you're going to get caught, right? They're going to look at you as the main suspect. The person they're laying up with, they're going to look at you as the main suspect first. And they're going to be able to determine, like, hey, it was you. Because if somebody's trying to poison themselves, they wouldn't drink coffee with it. They would just take the poison, right? So somebody was trying to put the poison in something else in order to mask, trying to get them to drink this so it can mask them, forcing, them or making it seem like they were just trying to, like, here, drink this poison right here. Like, no, why would I drink poison? Oh, because I want to unalive you and inherit everything that you have. No, they wanted to mask it with a drink, their daily drink, right? So anyways, this video is long enough. This is insane. I don't think 12 and a half years is long enough, right? And it's just like women getting it's not a slap on the wrist, but they're getting off lightly for us. And I don't like that, because is it, the victim being a man, and I've seen so many of these stories lately, and the women gets a slap on the wrist. This is scary out here. You never know who's for you, right? Anyways, I'm over and I'm out. You guys take care. Peace.